Hello everybody, it's your boy WEEZYFMAMBA and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys once again so much for being here. We really appreciate it. On today's video, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are diving in to the final victims build video in TCM history. Ladies and gentlemen, with the recent announcement of the sunsetting of TCM by Gun Interactive, with no future content, no future updates, no future this, no future that, we have come to the conclusion that the final build videos had to be made because we got to get out a fresh set of eyes and content. We've been doing some testing and we've got some changes, but we got some similarities as well from the previous stuff. We just did the family video as well. So if you're seeing this, the family side is also recorded and up on the channel because I will be uploading these together. Okay. I really appreciate it, guys. Let's get right into it because we got 9 victims to get through and I don't want to make this too long, but as you know, I talk forever. So here we go. Hopping on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start from the back. Once again, a big old pause with Wyatt. Okay. And then we'll finish off with the final girl, our final girl, Connie. Wyatt, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with the recent nerf and everything, we've decided to just go left with Wyatt. Give us 3 knives, wife retrieval, hold up, knife retrieval, and of course, knife throw interaction, allowing us to throw knives. Throwing knives can be used to interact with other elements, such as the generator and battery and traps. Okay? Even after the nerf, Wyatt's still busted AF. We're going to go ahead and show you guys the skill tree. The best skill tree for Wyatt never has changed since launch. We're getting jump start off rip. Go up the gut. Also grab no cell. Once you get to the first crossroads, you're going to ping a left and pop on over and grab efficient locksmith. Finish up the tree by going up top, take a left, and then of course, fill the rest out. Attribute point distribution, your best Wyatt build will always be no cell, jumpstart, and efficient locksmith. Capping that 38 toughness. 38 toughness is 50 toughness in this game. Stop putting more points into toughness over 38 because nothing changes outside of getting up faster. Endurance is 40. The reason why we don't put 45 is because we have jumpstart access. Okay. Make sure you put 40 endurance and we put 39 in proficiency to finish out the points because proficiency, regardless of which character you use, is still the most busted perk or attribute in the game. Okay. Moving on to one other build that you can use if you want to be more of a bully and less of a proficiency character. You can run the 3 blue perks, allowing yourself of no cell, jumpstart, and what doesn't kill you. This allows you to kind of get into the nitty gritty with bone scraps. Because he does have high base attribute points. With strength, he can be the one to grapple and then kick the gen. Okay. That is going to be your best Wyatt skill tree and builds. Okay. Moving on to Maria. Mid-Ria, as we call her. The Chacharine. The worst character in the game as far as victims go. The best one is to always get the double sonar as far as her star sign ability, Sweet Talk. The cooldown time between uses of your Sweet Talk ability is reduced by 20%. Decrease the time it takes to Sweet Talk Grandpa to 2 seconds. And then, of course, Grandpa highlights family members on the next 2 sonars. So getting the double sonar is way more worthy. Okay, skill tree, you're going to go up the gut, grab Bomb Squad immediately. Popping up, take a middle route, and then take a right to grab stun double, and then another right to grab no cell. You're then going to continue up top and finish up on the left side of the path and to fill out the attribute points. As far as loadouts go, the best, sorry, I forgot to showcase Rantrack. As you're taking a right, here in the middle, you're going to need to pick up the 3rd perk that's in the meta build, Rantrack. Okay. Moving on, No Cell, Rantrack, and Bomb Squad are going to be your 3 best perks to run on Maria. 38 toughness, once again, 38 is 50. 40 endurance. She doesn't have access to jumpstart, but we need our proficiency to be better than 34. So she does take a hit to her stamina. You got to manage your stamina a little bit better with Maria. And then proficiency at 39 just to make it to a point that she can do some locks quickly. By far the only build you need to run on Maria. But I do have a stunt double build as well, just in case you want to play this on Family House. Family House stunt double really is a great like a A+ combo. Okay, so you can jump out the window and not take extra damage. Other than that, this is the build you're gonna want to use on Maria. Moving on to one of the best victims in the game, arguably S tier or S+ tier, but she sits at the top of the upper echelon of victims. As we all know, how perfectly balanced she is, but not overly powered. She is just perfect, guys. She's the epitome of perfect. We're moving on to her star sign ability. Once again, it's going to be reduce the ability cooldown. Powder Cloud heals victims, or increase duration of Powder Cloud by 5 seconds. And we're also going to be healing with our powder. We've done everything else with the stamina drain and reducing the blood vial. Nothing seems to make more sense than getting free heals, because a lot of people use those heals up quick in the basement. Okay? Moving on to the skill tree. As you guys know, we're going to go ahead and fill out the bottom. And then at the first crossroads that you see here, take a left and grab tougher stuff. After grabbing tougher stuff, you're going to pop on over to this particular crossroads and make sure to take a left, because this is where our lovely friend Saboteur is hiding, on the left side. After grabbing Saboteur, you're going to continue forward and grab highly skilled, what doesn't kill you, and then finishing up on the left. The best build that you can use for Virginia right now will be tougher stuff, highly skilled, and Saboteur. This allows you to get that max toughness at 38, even crazier endurance at 48, and 50 proficiency. Okay? She's a menace. Her attributes are out of this world. Okay? That is going to be your best. There is one other build too. Again, if you want to lower the highly skilled to 46 prof and 45 endurance, you're going to put it at the what doesn't kill you. In fact, arguably, the difference between 48 endurance and 45 and 50 prof and 46 prof is probably so fucking minuscule that what doesn't kill you is going to be the better route here. And that's what I was here to tell you today. This was one of the switch ups that we decided to make. This particular build is what we use so often, but this is now the best Virginia build in the game, because it does not make a difference between 45 and 48 endurance and 46 and 50 prof. It's so minuscule you don't even notice it. But we now are getting access to a much better perk than highly skilled. After being injured by a melee attack, you now avoid additional damage for 15 seconds. You will reward you with the 100% of the health you just lost. Busted. Absolutely insane build, ladies and gentlemen. Virginia. Moving on to Danny. Danny boy. The best route for Danny to go, obviously, is the Insta Tamper. We're going to go ahead and tampering minigame target is reduced by 6%. Knowledge gathered from studying objects is increased by 60%. And then we can instantly study objects with a tap of a button. Okay? As far as the skill tree goes, Danny goes straight up the gut, grab fast dance immediately. Once you hit fast dance, take a left, pop on over, and make sure you fill out the attribute points. And then at the top here, you're going to want to make sure you take another left at this crossroads to grab highly skilled. Once you've grabbed highly skilled, continue on over to grab Rantrack and finish filling out the attribute points. As far as his best build, ladies and gentlemen, he is the perk master. This guy's survivability is insane. Attribute master, I'm sorry. 34 attributes, which ultimately turns into 48 attributes. 48 attributes. He has 50 endurance, 50 prof, and toughness is once again maxed out at 38 as far as TTK goes. He has the highest survivability here. alongside fast hands, giving you the option to pick locks 75% faster as long as a family member is within 10 meters. Guys, Danny is still busted. It's unreal that this man can get this particular attribute point set up. Okay. 48 attribute points. Unreal. Moving on to Julie. Arguably the most underrated victim in the game because people think she's D tier when she's essentially S tier because of her perks and attributes as well. She's got access to some of the most insane perks, and we're going to go ahead and showcase them now. Before we do so, her star sign ability fucking sucks, but here we are. Decrease stamina, sprint stamina by 50%. Abilities last seconds for 15 seconds. And then the decreased sprint stamina by 100%. So you do not, your consumption, that is, by 100%. So when you pop your ability, you don't waste any stamina. You can just run for 15 seconds. Okay. Moving on to the skill tree. It's the same as before. You take a right, grab Efficient Locksmith right off the jump. Move on over to the top here. Make sure you grab No Cell, Ran Track, etc. Continue up, take a right to make sure you get that extra attribute point. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's still 4. Not extra attribute point. Just take a right because Deadbolt's ass and Fight Back, I guess, is better, but they're both ass. Doesn't matter which way you actually take there. Bomb Squad. This is the one that you need to grab. Take a left here and then finish up by taking another left to grab Slippery. And then at the top here, make sure you take a right because you have access to choose fight. Now, this is why Julie is S tier, in my opinion. And we're going to talk about it. First things first, Julie is played as a glass cannon, in my opinion, because of her escapability, but her perks as well. Access to No Cell and High Prof and High Endurance with Bomb Squad and Efficient Locksmith. She is basically a mini Connie with No Cell. Okay. In fact, she has better attribute points than Connie by 5 points. She's 5 more. Okay. Base attribute points, that is. But we do have a second build as well. If you want to play Julie in the most unorthodox Julie way, by running high strength and a bully build. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Choose fight, allowing you to also kick the gen with high strength. This is one of those separate Julie builds. Okay. Also, if there is no hitchhiker or hands in the game, you don't need to burn Bomb Squad here. So pop on over and grab Efficient Locksmith and Ran Track. That way we can even out the playing field here. Okay. Those are going to be your best builds for Julie. Moving on. Sunny. Sunny's best star sign ability, Heightened Sense, is pretty simple. Again, it's a shorter cooldown, increases the noise detection range, and then allows you to tell if it's the difference between a family making noise and a victim making noise. All knowing. Finish up. Okay. As far as the skill tree goes, first thing you're going to do is take a left, pop on over. At the top here, take a right, grab Agitator. Continue left. Make sure at this particular crossroads, you make the right decision to go right and grab Fast Hands. Upon moving up, continue filling out the attribute points, grabbing Highly Skilled and Stunt Double. At the top, finish up by going straight to grab Extra Drip. This is where we get into the drip hose. Okay, the best build to use on Sunny is going to be his Fast Hands, Highly Skilled, and Extra Drip build. Once again, the toughness is an issue, but we get it to 24 because we don't need to go any higher than the 45 Prof and 45 Endurance. But this allows you to survive at least an overhead and get away, unlike if you were running 15 toughness. Okay, with this particular build, again, those extra attribute points with Fast Hands, Highly Skilled, and then Extra Drip, allowing you to continue to receive 3 HP for 12 extra seconds. This is the best healing perk in the game. Simple. Okay. As far as Sunny, we do have a particular family house build for Stunt Double. So we get rid of fast hands. And in fact, we have another one with agitator as well, just in case you have a bones that's fucking feeding like crazy. And there is this is the family house build, actually, the one with fast hands and stunt double. Okay. Pretty wild shit. Super good. Okay. Attribute points going into 20, 42, and 45. If you guys know, you can pause the video to make sure that you guys are getting the correct builds in the skill tree. Okay. Moving on to the final three. Anna. On a particular reason here, she continues to have one of the most busted abilities in the game, which is her star sign ability. Her ability lasts 9 seconds. While active, incoming melee attacks restore your stamina and your stamina reduction. Your damage reduction, is set to 80%. So you take 80% less damage upon being hit. Stupid broken. Skill tree, pretty simple. Take a left. Make sure you take a left at this crossroads. Grab Ran Track. Continue filling out the attribute points. Pop on up. Take a left at the next track to grab Bomb Squad. Once you've finished grabbing Bomb Squad, continue right at this crossroads. Take another right to grab that sweet extra drip and slippery. And finishing it off with what doesn't kill you at the top. Take a right. Okay. As far as the attributes go, we're getting our 38 toughness, we're getting our 40 endurance, and we are getting our 42 prof. The best build to run with with Anna is going to be Bomb Squad, Ran Track, and Extra Drip. We do have a couple of extra builds, just in case you don't want to run Ran Track and fuck around with Slippery. It's a great build as well. And then, of course, what doesn't kill you and Ran Track, just in case you don't want to run fast hands and you want to be more of it on your own. After that, you have Slippery, Ran Track, and Extra Drip, proficiency, endurance, and toughness. Okay, those are going to be your 4 builds that you are making for Anna. But again, just stick to the Bomb Squad build, because most of the time you're going to run in to a hands or a hitchhiker. But on the off chance that you don't run into a hands or hitch, just run the what doesn't kill you build. Okay, you guys can mix and match some of those too, but again, these are the best meta builds that I've done the research for almost 2 years. Okay, this is the time. Moving on to the finale, the last two, the final two. Leland. Leland's skill tree, pretty simple. Quicker recharge rate for his ability. After barging a family member, your stamina is restored. And then the barged family member will be stunned for 8 seconds. Okay? Lifesaver. Absolutely the best way to go. Continuing over to the skill tree. This has been the same build for a while as well. No sell immediately. Take a left. Grab at this crossroads. Make sure you go right to grab Choose Fight. After grabbing Choose Fight, continue up top. Take a left to grab Poor Man's or Extra Drip, BBB, Bounce Back Better. After grabbing Bounce Back Better, you have access to 2 more meta perks, Taekwondo and Stun Double. And then finishing off at the top, make sure you take a left at this crossroads to grab What Doesn't Kill You. Okay? The attribute points for Leland and the best build that he can have is going to be No Sell, Bounce Back Better, and Choose Fight. This is the most balanced build. This allows you to bully and still survive. Okay? With really, really endurance. This is almost a distraction build at this point. The endurance is huge. But we have base prof, which is 25. You ain't picking shit in endgame. So you really got to protect your family member, or sorry, your victims, your buddies. Okay? We have a troll version of this build as well. Instead of using Bounce Back Better, we're going to Taekwondo. If you feel like you can have a lot of survivability without having to burn a lot of heals, Taekwondo is here to have some fun. And then, of course, Family House build, Stunt Double. What Doesn't Kill You build with a Gen Kicking Rush build. If I feel like, hey, we're going to communicate, hey, let me kick Gen. This is my build that I use for Gen Kicking. And then we actually have 5 builds for Leland, believe it or not. But this allows you to have Empowered as well. So we have that endurance way down, but we kept the proficiency much higher. So this is almost like the higher prof Leland build, and empowered, allowing us to regain stamina after we win a close encounter. Okay. Either way, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, just use these two builds. These three. Okay. Those are going to be your best builds for Leland. And finally, and last but not least, our final girl, my favorite, my boo, my bae, Connie, who I've probably escaped 2,700 out of my 3,000 escapes with her. Pretty simple. We all know her star sign fucking sucks too. It's never changed. We have to burn the first perk of decreased stamina cost because they don't stack. Once activated, stamina and family proximity debuffs for 18 seconds. And you don't have any stamina cost when activating your ability. Pretty simple. Skill tree hasn't changed, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to go up the gut at this crossroads. At this crossroads, take a left, grab bomb squad. Continue up by taking a left as well. And once you get to this particular area, you're going to come to this crossroads. Make sure you take a right to grab efficient locksmith. Upon grabbing efficient locksmith, you have access to the entire top row, which has extra drip and saboteur. Unbelievable. Moving on here, ladies and gentlemen, to the attribute points. Connie is a glass cannon. Okay? 20 toughness, base toughness. You get hit, you're fucked. Stay out of the way. Endurance 45, she can run forever. Proficiency 45, she can run forever. This particular build is when Cook and Hitch are here. When there's no hitchhiker, saboteur. Switch it. Just switch out bomb squad for saboteur. Look at that. When there's no Cook, saboteur and bomb squad, and this particular one I use no matter what on abandoned mill. Because the fucking fuse box exit is too far. You have to have saboteur. Okay? Those are your best Connie builds. And ladies and gentlemen, we breezed through this. I feel like this was very productive and fast for you guys to learn the best meta builds for victims in the game. As you guys know, like I said from before, with no new updates coming, these are going to be your final build videos. And it truly is bittersweet because for 2 years, I've made these build videos for you guys. You've coined me the build guy. And I can't thank you enough. So with sad news, we were saying that this is the final build video for victims in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Thank you so much for all the support the last 2 years and the continued support into the future. You guys have already said you're going to stick along with me, and that means more to me than anything. So I appreciate y'all. Okay, drop a like down below, drop a comment in the comment section, turn on your notification bell. That way you guys get notified every time I go live here on YouTube and anytime that I bring you brand new horror content. I love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.